Okay, let's try this again. Hi. I couldn't even hear the sound when I was doing it just a minute ago. Hi. So, I've shown this before, at least to two of you out here. But this is a pretty long run, trying to get through this game for my first time. This one was kind of okay. I remember a couple of screw-ups, but oh well, it happens. I'm just not as used to Simon's movements as I am other platformer characters. Well, it's a couple when I'm actually being serious. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be quite a few mess-ups. You're right. Turn my desktop audio down. Well, actually, no, let's not, because this thing's going. So, Stage 4 gave me a few problems back when I did it in the first part, I mean. Most notably for 2, I believe it was, because I had no clue what was going on. But you got this giant skull thing, and you can hit him pretty easily. Especially when he goes overhead, because you'll take him out and all the blocks, and, you know, simple. Even though I get hit a bunch, because I find that tanking bosses is a good strategy in this game. Yes, I recognized his pattern. In this room, yeah, this one gave me problems before because I figured, you know, yeah, I thought you were supposed to go through the hole on the left side the first time through. I was like, man, that jump looks hard. That's because you're not supposed to make it. Yeah, I think it was a prerequisite for every game to have Mode 7 back then. At least it felt like it. Well, yeah, remember though, I'm watching other playthroughs to make sure I know what I'm doing. Because I guarantee you, had I not watched a playthrough before this, I would have tried to drop down the pit here. Oh, I knew how to kill a Medusa head before, it's just my brain just... The one time... Because part 1 was live. Yeah, it is good. You go, Simon. You power walk like a crazy man. And then you got this room with the falling floor and all that stuff. And I try as best I can not to look at the cylinder spinning in the background. Yeah. People that get vertigo and stuff like that, this room is not for you. You know, another thing I want to say here is that the diagonal swings for me, it is not very easy to pull off with the 360 controller. I should try the Logitech ones and see if it's any better, but man, I struggle at times, which makes even crawling difficult. I don't remember if this is in a future part or if I recorded over it, but I know that there's an area that gave me major problems just because I could not crawl. Oh, well, it wouldn't matter anyway. The D-pad on the 360 controller is just as bad. One of the worst designed controllers for a major system I can remember. Oh, I say that, but I've been using it for years. That's helping me get through Mega Man Base well enough. I'll be honest, watching over this again, it's like, I don't think I could duplicate just getting through this in one, well, go without a game over again. And then you get this part with the rising floor, and you gotta jump a couple times, and you get carried in the spikes. He says as he's trying not to yawn. Can you tell I don't like redoing something? Yeah, same thing applies when I'm talking over the videos. That's why it's taking so long half the time. And I say, man, maybe I should say this instead. Ah, yes, my favorite strategy for the bone dragons. Just throw a sub-weapon and pray. And now some more quality boss tactics for you all. Yeah, eventually this is going to come back to bite me in the backside, I bet. It hasn't yet, though. Yep. Pray your health lasts longer than his. And in this case, it just barely did. Yeah, lucky. Come on. And then, of course, the victory pose for, you know, nearly losing a full bar of health to an enemy that doesn't do anything. And then one of the more forgettable stages to me, although it's pretty strictly timed, if I remember it correctly. I wanted to explore, and now I'm looking at the timer, and the one time, and I was under 100 seconds. Yeah, you can see I'm trying to do that diagonal strike. And I just can't do it. Yeah, that's what it would be. Although technically I was pretty lucky in the first part of this run too at times. I'm so glad I have the cross. Every time I get the cross, I feel like I'm invincible in this game for a little bit. Of course, I decided to pick up the dagger instead, and stood there for an extra second to curse my addiction with candles. But seriously, going from the cross to the dagger, that hurts. And what's worse is I knew it was there, too. Oh, I was. That's not the only time I made that mistake, either. I think I did it in a future level, in this very recording, where it's like, yeah, I know there's a dagger there, but who cares? And even though I did this joke the one time, I am going to do it again. I can barely hear it at times. That's the other problem. I either hear Simon going, ugh, or the whip noise. Yeah, I don't think I will be joining any musical theater groups anytime soon. Although I do have one person that's, like, in one of those that's been a good help to me when it comes to using my voice. Oh, okay, then I have two people that were in musical theater groups. Stage 6. This is an interesting level. More Mode 7 shenanigans coming up. and it's right here with this chandelier. I did have a failed take before I did this room before, and really my problem was I'd jump at the worst possible moments every time. I keep thinking in platformers you can control where you're going to move with everybody, but no, Simon's pretty darn stiff in how he controls. It's like once you commit to a jump, you gotta make it. It ain't, say, like Mario, Sonic, or Mega Man, where I can pull back. Maybe that's why I'm not as good at Castlevania as I am other ones. I mean, for a while I used to always think momentum mattered when I was jumping as Mega Man, but nope. You kind of just want to get on the edge of a platform and then jump to the next one. For Sonic and Mario, it's more about speed. So yeah, here there's momentum, but it's not, let's see if I can say this right. It's not with Simon, it's more with the actual stage terrain. Oh yeah, this room. This one's so much fun. Just watching this again, it's just like it's painful at times. Okay, my big problem here are these lights. I just want to say right now that I tried striking one and I thought that meant, you know, it wasn't going to get hit and actually be like an enemy you can take out. At this point, I still don't know that. So I'm just trying to basically pray that I can dodge. I'm like, why is this work so hard? Another problem with the analog stick here is that I'm having a hard time just landing on stairs at times. I know you have to press straight up for that. Oh, and another failed take, that same one where I had the chandelier issue that y'all didn't get to see. I jumped right up into one of those spike things while trying to dodge a light. You would have loved that one. I'm glad I'm not one of those people that see something that messes up and then I try something different. Or no, excuse me, I keep doing the same thing. Because there you go, I finally see, okay, yeah, I can hit these things. Now all of a sudden this place is easier. Thankfully I'm going to make it up these steps and get on to the next part of this little room. Except I'm not. Still hurts to see. And of all things to get killed by, just walk right into a bat. Sure, I was honestly 50-50 right then of just stopping it there and just be like... I'm glad I kept pressing on, though. But yeah, that death there hurts. Yes, it hurts. So what's the general consensus on Castlevania 4 anyway? I mean, where do people usually rank this one? High up there? Low? The best? Well, I know you don't agree with that. And after playing this, it's kind of tough for me not to go with Rondo, even the PSP remake one, I mean. Was it better than the older ones? Like the 3 before it? I'm having a hard time at times putting this one above 1, even when I was doing that. Well, Yeah, Rondo's my favorite, but what I'm saying is by the old ones, like Castlevania 1, 2, and 3, is this game better than those three to people? Because again, I'm not much of a Castlevania guy. I mean, I didn't even play one until the Xbox Live release of Symphony of the Night, which I loved. Okay. Because I'd heard good things about 3, but it's like I don't see it as much. I know from looking at it, 3 looks hard. And just seeing that coffin there, it's like, yeah, that looks like an insta-kill enemy. And last time we did this stream, y'all told me that, yes, it is an insta-kill enemy. I don't know about that. I think the cross is still good, and the axe is also good. But then again, you're probably right in some instances, because the whip does the most damage. And then you can do this little trick with it, where you can just swing it around. But yeah, my favorite 2 that I've played are the old school style would be the PSP version of Rondo of Blood, and then the Symphony of the Night for the Metroidvanias, although Dawn of Sorrow was close to beating that. And I really don't get this enemy. I mentioned that too the other time. It's like, okay, it's trying to grab me with hands and all that, and great. I just don't get it. You say wasting time, but I know I'm trying to get extra lives from points. Because I know I'm not going to be good at this game. It's like I have moments where it all clicks, but then you've seen it, how quickly it happens, where when something goes south, it's just over. But yeah, the whole atmospheric music thing just isn't doing it for me. It's not like the third level in Castlevania 1 with that song where it's all upbeat. Yeah, I really am. I mean, usually when you enter what would be, you know, I guess you'd call it fortress stages, since, you know, that's basically what this place is to me in spots. You expect some sort of pumping music. Or at least something. I mean, Mega Man 7 was atmospheric, but it worked, because it was still pumping music there. Then again, seriously, outside of maybe Mega Man 3, I usually always like the Wily 1 song. More than any of the other Fortress stages, that is. Oh, there are some good songs in Castlevania 4, don't get me wrong about that. I don't know, it's one of those deals like I probably would have enjoyed this game a lot more had I played it earlier on. It just feels so dated now as I get my butt handed to me by a bunch of dancers. That's just sad. First time I tried this game was last year, and like I said, I only made it to the second block before I just said, okay, you know, I'm not good at this. We'll come back to it again another time. And so I decided to do the first one on the YouTube channel instead. That one was a lot of fun. It's one of those old school games that holds up pretty well. I think my first Castlevania game was actually 2007. I think that's when Symphony of the Night released on Xbox Live anyway. But yeah, I missed out on a lot of series early on. Castlevania, Metroid I didn't touch until Fusion came out. Kirby I didn't touch until after Brawl came out. Yep, Mario, Sonic, and then a Mega Man guy. I just want to say that after how quickly I got ambushed in the first fight, it feels very good to just finish this thing off in 5 seconds. I'm not too far away from the mic, am I? Okay, good. Because I am sitting further back than normal. Stage 7, I really don't remember this one as much. It seems to be the even-numbered ones are the ones that give me problems. Although I do know I screw up in this stage now that I'm looking at the books in the background. I thought it was only once. Maybe twice. I don't remember. You are right, though. But it's not like it was funny like it was in the one. I do know I make one very bad jump. That's what I do remember about this level. That I can barely hear the music. Are books really that evil? I mean, come on, Dracula. Sheesh. Just knowing that I have 6 lives, but... Well, you gotta remember, this is a very early SNES game. I'm sure they were just figuring out how it worked. Of course, then again, this is the same company that released Turtles in Time, and yeah, that one is awesome. And that's also an early SNES game. And they also released Contra 3, and that's another awesome SNES game. Although I don't remember the year on that one. That might have been a little later than early on. Yeah, I miss Konami when they were good, too. At least all around. I'm not going to rip the Metal Gear franchise. I think some of those are good. Yeah, 1992 would be an early SNES game, then, yes. As I get hit by this guy's axes quite a bit. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure this is one of the areas where I struggle at. Just once, at least. A brilliant jump by me. Well, yeah, even now some of the Metal Gear ones are kind of boring in spots. I never want to play Act 3 of Metal Gear Solid 4 ever again. That was just bad. And it also felt like it was missing something. I'm not really super into that franchise either, but I like the first 2 a lot. And the Twin Snakes remake. The luckiest bat kill I ever got. Yeah, and see, 3's the one I couldn't even get into that much because I just did not like certain aspects of it. It was fun to watch, though. That's why I'm glad the whole LP thing's around, because, like, I get to see games that I know I'm not going to play. But yeah, it didn't matter if it was the original or the subsistence version. I just... it's like, I admit it has good gameplay mechanics, but I just wasn't really into it. It never clicked with me. I mean, all 3 times I started, I think the furthest I made it was the guy with the bees. No, the story didn't bug me at all. I'm talking about the gameplay, actually just walking around and all that. It's like in the original, the camera's not good, and in the subsistence one, it's just... I guess I just couldn't get the hang of it. Yes, Simon. Ugh. And what's funny is I went through Portable Ops, and I was like, yeah, this one's fun. And that's the one apparently people all hate. And in fact, barely got mentioned in Peace Walker. I was fine with it. Especially that Metal Gear Raja music. And then the Acid games were also pretty fun for something different. Like, I hated when Phantasy Star Online did the card thing, but the Acid games, yeah, that was okay. It's a nice little alternate universe side story thingamajig. I just wish they did more than just Metal Gear and Castlevania in its current form. That just doesn't do it for me. I'm glad Mega Man didn't go that route, though, like they almost did. That would have been ridiculous. Could you imagine a Nintendo trying to do that with one of their franchises, though? Trying to make it all dark and edgy like that? I mean, look at how many times all these other series do it, and it's just a huge screw-up. Sonic had it happen to him, thanks to Shadow. Post Sonic Adventure 2 with Heroes. Oh, Zelda did do it, that's right, I forgot about Twilight Princess. But people like Twilight Princess now. And they'll like Skyward Sword in like a year or 2. Oh, we also beat Block 7. Of course, I say this, you know, having not played a console Zelda since, well, I guess 4 Swords Adventures now, but I meant Wind Waker for the major 3D ones. Oh, Stage 8, my favorite stage. Yeah, I would never want that Mega Man reboot thing. That just looks so stupid. Ah, yes, this song, too. The song that's so good until it, you've heard it for about the 5th or 6th time. Yeah, those kind of people scare me that want the games to be mature like that, because it couldn't be anything but. It's like, if you want to do a 3D Mega Man shooter, fine, but keep the spirit of the series. Even Mega Man X, you know, at worst, just keep the look of the characters. Don't change it up to the way it looked. Yeah, a third-person shooter would probably benefit better. Especially with a special weapons deal. I would love a 3D spin-off title like that if they'd try. Just don't bill it as Mega Man 11 or anything like they did with X7. Make the game better than X7. Also, I'm going to love it if I do upload this to YouTube and they're going to talk about everything but the game I'm playing. And I really have become one of those LPer types. I'm sorry. One dude that always tells me to stop talking. I get where he's coming from, though. I should also play Ratchet & Clank one day. That looks like the kind of 3D platformer I would enjoy. Better when you all were talking about the Jack series, and I'm just going to myself, ugh. I also need to play these Crash games. And speaking of crashing, I'm about to crash and burn quite a bit in this stage. Which one should I not play further than Crash or Ratchet? Because the two I've heard are really great are 2 and 3. And maybe the future Tools of Destruction. Because my brother's a huge fan of that series. Yeah, I think it's Going Commando and the Up Your Arsenal one. Those are the two that he really liked. I don't think he ever did Deadlock, though. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, we own them here. I just haven't played them yet. This is what happens when you're a Nintendo guy. You tend to go after those games first, so excuse me for wanting to play, you know, Animal Crossing New League. And I haven't even, and like we said, I haven't even touched Luigi's Mansion or Fire Emblem Awakening yet. This has been a great game, or a great game for years. Blech, a great year for games. As I completely try to avoid getting you to watch me mess up here. You know, I take all that time getting the axe, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get hurt soon. Or maybe this is one of the times I get lucky and get further. I don't remember. Yep. Oh, this is so embarrassing to watch. I think even in the run when I finally beat this level, I have a few mistakes in it. Oh, I'm so excited about Dream Team. That one looks so great. Bowser's Inside Story was my favorite DS game. Yeah, it's like Alpha Dream, they just get it. I don't mind the sticker star experimentation, like a lot of other people did, but yeah, that one was cool. And of course, I gotta play Rising soon, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, or however you say that name soon. Okay, since I'm going to be showing 3 videos here, I am going to stop this one once this first clip finally ends, since this is a pre-recorded build thing. Unlike the very first part, which was live. Let's just put it like this. This has been one of my favorite years, like I said, for games in a long time. And there are still so many I have yet to touch. And then even ones that I don't care about that other people like The Last of Us and Bioshock Infinite. It's like, I'm never going to play, well, definitely not Bioshock. Maybe The Last of Us. Oh yeah, 2011 was another good year. Getting stuff like Mario 3D Land and Kirby's Return and Dreamland. And then 2010, Stop Dying Me. And then 2010, you had stuff like Mario Galaxy 2 and Donkey Kong Country Returns. And I'm just naming Nintendo stuff. 2010 had Mega Man 10, for goodness sake, and I love that one, too. Yeah, that's kind of a problem with a lot of those Western games. They get rated so freaking high, and then you go play them, and it's like, maybe they're good for one time through. I mean, heck, I think Uncharted 2 is one of the best ones, and even that one I've only beaten once so far. Funnily enough, though, I played long enough with Uncharted 1 to get the platinum thing on that. That one was kind of fun. How are you going in that one, by the way? Well, I'm glad you're holding off on Luigi's Mansion and Dark Moon until I get to it. No, duh. That was a silly question, my bad. I forgot how far you were in it to begin with. Yeah, I've heard good things about Luigi's Mansion 2. Like I said, this is... For anyone that doesn't own a 3DS, that's the system you should have right now. Unless you're a shooter person, then of course, you know, who cares? But right now, it's the cheapest. It's the one with all the games coming out for it. I'll probably get a PS4 eventually, but I have no idea why you want to get one yet unless you know you're going to play a bunch of games on it right away. Because it's like the ones I want to play, like the Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts 3 and Metal Gear Solid 5. Fall of 2014 probably at the earliest. Well, yeah, if you have a Vita, then the cross-play thingy-jig. Up. Wait for it. And that was basically my give up. I'm pretty sure that was my give up run, and then I just say, okay, I'm done. Yep. Very rare that I get broken like that, but... So that is the end of part 1. I'll be back on in a few minutes to take care of part 2 of this. See you then.